When the fire started, most people fled. One man went back to his home and helped rescue a neighbor. Reporter Casey Nolan shares his story. Casey?
Steve, it is likely that this man and his family lost multiple homes behind this police line here, where you see a fire truck heading in to the burn zone here in Superior. But that is not the family's main concern tonight. Instead, they are focused on him and the man he tried to save. For many in Superior, the first day of this new year was about going back, hiking back in where cars aren't currently allowed to check on their homes.
You know, I've seen some distant clips of it on the news, and it looks like it's all ashes.
Phil Kupfner went back while his neighborhood was still on fire. By phone, Phil's niece explained the Kupfner family history goes back several decades in Superior, and the extended family is not only close, but lived close by each other on a few acres on the west side of town. When the flames raced toward their property Thursday, Phil and his brothers first tried to save their homes.
They were originally kind of using their hoses, and they thought they had kind of made some progress with deterring the fire, and then they just saw embers kind of coming up over the top and catching all their roofs on fire, and that was when they were like, oh God, get out.
But Phil went back in.
Well, he knew the neighbor was inside, so yeah, he went back.
Phil Kupfner's family says he ran into his neighbor's home while it was already on fire.
He put him in his truck, and they drove out of the fire and the flames.
From there, the family isn't quite sure what happened because neither Phil nor his neighbor is able to talk right now. Somehow, Phil was apparently able to drive his neighbor to the hospital, where both are now in the ICU.
And they have burns in their throats and lungs, the doctor said, so they're kind of guessing that potentially they inhaled some kind of fume from a gas or some sort of explosion. There's a level of shock that you go through at something like this. We're all just really praying that my uncle is going to make it, and Dave is going to make it, and going to be fully recovered.
Dave, being the neighbor, and Phil's niece there, said they are making some progress, but they've got a long road ahead of them. He still can't talk to them because of the condition they're in the ICU. And Steve, it's not just their homes that were lost. Phil was in business with his brother. They had a contract with Superior to provide snowplows. The fear is their business burned, the snowplows may be lost, so they've lost their homes, they believe, and also potentially their livelihoods. People are rallying around them. They have started a GoFundMe, and we have posted that on 9news.com. They certainly do need help, a town that they have done so much for, from everything I've learned about him.
An absolutely remarkable story, Casey, when you think about it. He ran in and saved someone, got that person to the hospital, and then to hear the condition he's in right now, you think about what must have been going on that ride to the hospital.
Well, you know, they believe a first responder saw them because there was a call that was made that looked like two men with burns were in a white pickup truck, but they lost track of them from there. They just found Phil at the hospital along with his neighbor in the ICU, and then they found his pickup truck on the parking lot. So somehow he was able to make that drive despite the condition that he was in.
Incredible story of heroism in this case. Casey Nolan reporting live. Thank you.